Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name's Cody Bills. Today is the 11th here. We had an export sales report out this morning, but before we get to that, let's take a look and see where the market closed off the day. Corn trading up 4 cents, soybeans trading up 9.5. We had wheat in Chicago up 14.25 cents here on the day. Let's turn our attention to the export sales report and see where we came out. Corn coming in with 963,000 metric tons booked this week. That's on the high side of analyst expectations. It was very positive to see. Expectations were between 800,000 metric tons and 1 million metric tons. So this was a good week here for corn. Soybeans came in within analyst expectations, nothing out of the park, but this is a great base hit for soybeans, booking 810,000 metric tons. Expectations were between 700 and 1 million metric tons. So this was a good week for soybeans, which is already running well ahead of pace. And when you look at wheat here, very positive week for wheat. We had actual sales of 442,000 metric tons. That was on the high side of analyst expectations. Today, when it comes to wheat, we had Egypt issuing a tender. U.S. did not win any of that wheat. About 60,000 metric tons went to France. About 120,000 metric tons went to Russia. Russia is running well ahead of pace as well when it comes to their exports. Let's take a look at where we are in terms of meeting the USDA's projections at this point during the marketing year. We'll focus on corn first. Right now, we've seen a cumulative export sales of 23.7 million metric tons. Right now, we would expect to see, in order to meet the USDA's pace, we would expect to see about 24.2 million metric tons sold in order to meet the USDA's pace. So right now, we are running a little bit behind the forecasted amount for corn. So hopefully, as we move throughout this marketing year, we'll start to see a pickup in corn sales. But when you take a look at soybeans, a completely different scenario. We have cumulative export sales of 40.5 million metric tons. Right now, we'd expect to see 33.8 million metric tons at this time during the marketing year in order to meet the USDA expectations. So right now, we've seen this soybeans running well ahead of USDA expectations. We saw that adjusted in the WASDE report yesterday by 40 million bushels, but I think there's a good chance we could see further revisions down the line if no major cancellations occur. Keep in mind that when it comes to export sales, next week is going to be important. On the 16th of December, there's going to be a signing ceremony. There's going to be about 8 or 6 major soybean buyers that will be attending. It's likely we'll see some big soybean sales during that signing ceremony. Also, we saw a similar type of signing ceremony back in September. That resulted in 4.8 million tons of U.S. soybeans sold. So there could be some strong demand numbers here next week. Keep in mind as well that we have NOPA crush numbers on Monday. The market is expecting 165 million bushels to be crushed in November. That compares with 160 million bushels last year during the month of November. If we get that 165, that's very strong. That would be a record crush number for that November month. So guys, when you look at the next week, it's likely we're going to get continued demand numbers here. Demand has been the name of the game. That's what's been driving prices higher here. And I kind of think that that's probably what's helping prop up prices after selling pressure immediately following the WASDE report yesterday. Other than that, guys, that pretty much wraps up today's show. If you have any questions, please give the office a call at 877-472-4607. Remember, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and take a demo, the 14-day free trial, and see what it's like to have live quotes on your mobile platform, and you can watch the market trade when you're not at your desk, when you're out in the field, when you're checking your pivots, when you're doing field work. It's nice to know where you stand in the market. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you here Friday for the weekly wrap-up.